Welcome to a new update, the second one of today, and this one will be about some of those older altcoins that have not been seeing anything in 2021, but they are getting some momentum right now as people are shouting that we're getting the massive alt season right now, which I truly believe we're going to get to. But are we going to get it when Bitcoin is going to break out, or do we have to watch some very important levels? That is what we're going to discuss at this point. Before that, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also do not forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram where I'm making daily content on the markets. And finally, do not forget to like this YouTube update. And that is free, doesn't cost you anything, helps me a lot, and would be great if you do it. So, first one we have to discuss is Litecoin, and as a matter of fact, the price action is comparable to any of those that have been happening in 2019 and 2020. If we are looking back in history, we've seen this sell-off happening in May 2015 as well. We've seen a massive run since, as the price has been accelerating quite fast into a run of more than 400%. We did see the exact same happening in 2017, in which we just had a massive sell-off resulting in a big breakout after a new level has been reclaimed through which a run was ready to happen, as we see with the support resistance flip, and then we started to accelerate with a very comparable amount of percentage, right? So we did see the exact same happening here, in which we've had a run of 600%. 2018, we also know that we had a massive sell-off during the fact that Bitcoin reached all-time high, and after that we've also had another massive run up, which were the two big alt seasons back in the day. 2019, we've also witnessed such a run in which we reclaimed a very important level, after which we started to continue. And that is the essence of the current update. The markets and most of the older altcoins, and as currently like Litecoin, has been trending south since the all-time high in 2018. So we didn't really see any massive alt season yet. It has been a selective one in which layer 1s were moving. Last year it was DeFi, and apart from that we've seen a slight run of Litecoin during March and June of this year, which resulted in a massive crash since because of the correction of Bitcoin taking place. But what we do see is that the trend is still moving south. And history has been giving that too, in which, yes, I'm also bullish on Litecoin, as a matter of fact, that I still believe that those older altcoins are going to have that big run. But why would I want to chase the trade right now if it's also possible to look for a trade based on the fact that I want to see a level being reclaimed for support? So we did see this sell-off. We've had a nice wick due to the fact that Walmart did not accept Litecoin. And right now we're still trending south. So even since 2017 we've had minor run-ups, but we didn't really get any trade going at all. We could be adding some moving averages soon as well. Moving averages that can be taking place as important here. As you can see that the breakout through those moving averages results in a big move up. So the moment that Litecoin is going to bounce back up, in which I want to see it bounce back up towards 4,000 sats, I'm going to look for that higher low. I'm going to look for that flip. And if that flip is going to take place, I think we are in for that big run. But the question here is going to be not whether Litecoin can break that area, but the question is going to be whether Bitcoin is going to break the all-time high and starts running swiftly. The moment that Bitcoin starts to accelerate for a little while, the actual momentum will drain away from the altcoins. And that's what we've experienced previously. That's what history also says. But the actual important part is that if we want to get into any position of those altcoins, you might be facing the time to get into those. So right now we might be facing a period where you want to get into the altcoins at this stage. And we can see that the accumulation period might be there. So the trigger for Litecoin when it comes to the Bitcoin pair is when it breaks and flips a very important level. I really want to see that higher low happening, so I'm not too much interested when it's acting at those lower ranges here. Looking at Litecoin against USDT, Big breakout, very comparable to the price action that Chainlink has been showing earlier, and actually today as well. Chainlink had this sideways action too, broke up, retests, and now we are fighting resistance once again. If Chainlink is going to break through this resistance, I think we can see continuation. But an update on Chainlink will be happening at a later stage. Where is Chainlink at this point? I think we're in this part here, in which we are also still in for a corrective move. And then the real alt season is going to happen until probably May. Litecoin against USDT, similar figure. We did see that breakout, just like Chainlink has been doing. And we do see a crucial resistance that we have to break through. At this point, we are not. But if we're going to break through that resistance, that's the point where you want to get in. What's the area where you want to search for longs? I think you still want to focus on the Bitcoin pair most, but if you want to look for USDT, you're looking for the retest around 210 bucks until like 195. That's probably the area that you're looking for entry points. And when we're getting expansion happening in the next bull cycle of Litecoin, we could be seeing the Fibonacci extension taking place here once again. And then the 1618 is 600 bucks, and the second one will probably chase towards 1,000 bucks. So yes, I'm very bullish on those older altcoins, especially given the structure that they are giving us. But I think you should be aware of the fact that Bitcoin is currently taking the spot. And when we're looking back in history for Litecoin against Bitcoin, we see this choppy area when Bitcoin was accelerating up until the later part, in which we also did have a flip of a level, and then we start overshooting. If I remind you, last part of last year, we did see some run-ups, but overall Ethereum against Bitcoin has been trending south too. And right now we do see a small bounce, but is it enough? That's the question. So I think you still want to wait a little bit when it comes to the altcoins. Second one, I do see lots of FOMO about this one too, is XRP. And XRP has those weird explosions out of nowhere, right? So yes, we could be having that at some point again, but it's the same figure as when it comes to Litecoin. You want to see crucial levels hold for support, and when crucial levels hold for support, that is the moment where you can get continuation happening on the markets. So when you see continuation happening on the markets, that's where the point is of taking the entry point. So when markets are showing strength, Ethereum against Bitcoin is continuing, we might be having or face a corrective move overall. That's the moment where you could be looking into entry points. Second, you could be looking at the moving average once again when it comes to XRP. If we break above, we're going to have a big runner. Two interesting points previously here too. So at this stage, we're fighting those moving averages, right? Does it mean that you could be getting a point of entry? Well, actually, XRP looks better. We are still holding crucial support here, initiating potential strength, in which we could be getting strength towards the upper momentum. So yes, we might be facing that, but when do you want to get it? Or when do you want to step in? Well, there's a few levels that you could be looking at. Of course, this entire region is step one. If we do crack a level, which is this entire level here, and flip that zone, that is another trigger to start running into a position on XRP. And if I want to summarize this update, Litecoin and XRP are into that accumulation or corrective mode for a few years. Once it breaks out of it, you clearly do not get any chance. Two things I want to add. One is, many altcoins look like this, and most will be probably starting to change towards a project that is fitting into the variables that we have right now, or any cool words that they use into that project, but still are garbage. But those have been moving sideways for 2 to 3 years as well. It could be a nice gainer. Second thing I want to add, the moment it starts to run, and there's plenty of people that will be chasing a trade, but the trade is actually gone. The only reason why you want to get into those altcoins when they are running already is when you're a scalp king or when you're day trading. That is the option you can get. But if you want to invest in an altcoin and it starts overshooting to the upside, this example shows you enough. Altcoins will go back to zero or back to the levels where they come from when the bear market is going to take place. So if you want to get into those, get them when they are still low. And those are the chances right now. But do not start chasing them when they start to pump. Because the pumps will be crazy, but the losses or the losses will be crazy as well. Before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. The camera will be back tomorrow. The live stream will be back next week. And I hope you have enjoyed this update. Don't forget to subscribe and like this YouTube update.